Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video we are solving a very famous problem, number of island. This problem is asked in Google, Microsoft, Amazon interviews. Let's read the problem statement and understand the given example first. Given an M cross and 2D grid map of 1 which is represent land and 0 which is for water, return the number of island. An island is surrounded by the water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally and vertically. You may assume all four edges of the grid are surrounded by water. So, we can assume that these outer layers of our grid is water. Now, we can see if this is the land and these all are land are connected to each other in this example 1. If we can see all are, so let us see over here. So, these all are the lands are connected through each other like in the 4 direction vertically or either horizontally, and this will be here. So, if we can see there is only one island in this example. So, the answer will be 1. So, in second case if I can see this is the one island of 4 and then this is separate island which is not connected to these because these is not the 4 directional like vertically or horizontally, and this is another island. So, total we have in this example 3 islands. So, how we will solve this problem? So, come up with the DFS approach solution or the recursive solution is very straightforward. So, for the DFS solution what we will do, we will start from this, like let us say this is our M cross N grid. M cross N grid, we will start the row index like I. For I is equal to 0, we will start 0 to go number of total rows which is M. Then for j is equals to 0 to n, then we will check if the grid of I. So, if we found the grid of ij, if the grid of ij is the land, if we find the land on this index, then we will call the DFS from on this index to mark all the 4 directional connected other land parts. So, that will be a common of one island. So, we will call the DFS method by passing the grid and this indices as ij, and that DFS will run through all of these 4 directional, like by first checking the condition whether it is valid or not. So, the condition of valid like this, let us treat in the DFS as I as x and j as y. So, we will check if y should be greater than 0. If it is less than 0, then we will return. X is also if less than 0, we will return, or if y greater than or equal to number of rows which is n, then return, and x is greater than equal to number of rows we will return. So, this is the 4 condition, and the 5th condition we need to mark the visited one. So, what we will do, whenever we are visiting the land one part, for mark not using separate extra 2D array for visited, we will use the same character grid and update it with the 0 character, and then we will check if it is 0, grid of xy is 0, we will return from here. Otherwise, we will call the all of the 4 directional, like from x comma y coordinate we will call x plus 1 comma y and x comma y plus 1, and this direction will be x comma y minus 1, and this one will be x minus 1 comma y. So, this is the 4 directional. We will call again recursively the DFS until we are getting true. Once we done mark all the land in the one connected island, that will return true, and here we will count the number of island in that case and we will return. So, it is straightforward. Pause the video and implement the code first yourself. So, here is the code for the DFS approach. So, now how we will solve for the BFS approach. So, for BFS approach this piece of code will be same, there is no change. Instead of DFS we will just call the BFS method. So, for BFS, as you know, we will use the Q data structure and we will use Q of int pair, basically 2 x coordinate and y coordinate of our current land coordinate. We will store this into the Q. So, let us say if we started from this and this coordinate is 0 comma 0. So once it is 0 comma 0, we know we will add into the queue, and then we will fetch from the queue, and we will run a loop while queue is not empty, until queue is not empty. Then we will again here in VFS approach also we will try to see the 4 directional thing, like for all the 4 direction of the current coordinates for 0 0 0. If we find this coordinate is like same as this condition, is like out of boundaries, or it is already visited, or it is not land, then we will keep continue it. Otherwise, if we find the coordinate which is 1, then we will add that coordinate, new coordinate, into our queue. So we will add that new pair of coordinates. So in that case, let's say we will get from here this one. So this will be, we will add array of pair 0 comma 1. So this we will keep adding like that until we are getting this condition true. Once we done, we will go back into the previous method, which is this method, and then this method will keep continue until try all the scan all the coordinates. So let's quickly implement the VFS solution. So for the VFS solution, let's again island, which will be initialized from 0 for int I is equals to 0, I less than grid dot length I plus plus for int j is equal to 0, j less than grid of 0 dot length, so number of rows j plus plus. If we find that the grid of I and j is the length which is character 1, in that case we will update the island count and call the VFS method by passing grid and I comma j. So in the end we just return the number of island, and let's implement the VFS method, private void VFS, which is like same as the DFS, just the condition we will change. Instead of recursion we will use the queue, that will help us to. So here let it represent it as a grid into x into y. So now for processing in the 4 direction, let's create a 4 directional vector, 2D vector. So direction vector, which will be new int, or just this will be like x plus 1 by 0, and then x is 0 and y is plus 1, then x is minus 1, y is 0, and this we will use for processing in the 4 direction, and this will become 0 comma minus 1, and this is our direction vector. Now we will create a queue of int pair. So let it repeat queue new linked list queue dot add the current coordinate new int pair of x comma y, and mark that current coordinate value grid of x comma y is visited by assigning it to the 0. Now we will iterate our queue until queue is empty. Then we will first fetch the current coordinate, which will be q dot pole. Now iterate the in the 4 direction int d in direction array. So here we will get the updated r, which will be current of 0 plus d of 0, and the updated c, the column coordinate is cur of 1 plus d of direction 1. So this is like 4 direction we will using the help of for loop. Now we will check the if condition. If r is less than 0, or c is less than 0, or r is greater than equals to grid dot length, or c is greater than or equals to grid of 0 dot length, or the grid of like is already visited, which means is RC is character 0, then we will just keep continue it over here. Otherwise, we will first mark the visited grid of RC is to 0, and then add the q dot add new int the new r comma c coordinate into our q, and we will keep trying it. So, this is, let's compile the code. So, so this is here we need to pass int array over here. Q dot pole, it should be a int of type array because x and y coordinate, both of the coordinate in the current vector. So, here it is working. Now, let us submit. It is taking some time, I don't know why, and it is accepted now. So, the time complexity of this DFS as well as BFS solution is, you can see we are running two nested for loop, like basically we are processing all the elements in our grid. So, it is O of mn if m is a number of rows and n is a number of columns. So, that is it. If you like this solution, hit the like button and subscribe to the video. Thanks for watching.